I think if he had been pushed and actually be forced to actually be more creative, I'd like to say yes. But this is a lot of points that people make about the reboot movie is he didn't have stock footage to rely on. But then you could say the exact same thing about the 95 and 97 movies respectively, because he didn't have stock footage to rely on that. And
right. But then again, the designs were still clearly taken from Japan. Well, you can say that the new movie is 100% its own thing now.
The major,
for better or worse.
The major gripes I have with the reboot movie is not with the Rangers themselves, because I think all 5 actors turned in a great performance, and we were actually given time to know who the characters were and their own little quirks, traits, and little colloquialisms and what have you. The big problem I have is it took too long to see all 5 of them morphed. And whilst I prefer the idea of them being made to earn their powers, I'm not cool with the idea of them not having morphers, where they say the power has to come from within. Like it's always been within you. You just need to shed the masks you wear. I'm all for philosophical stuff, because I'm one of those guys that will drop, philosophical quotes and what have you till the day is done. I felt it was being too philosophical with that, because when you can clearly see the morphers on their abdomen where the belts would be if it was the TV costumes, I just felt... You say that they can't have morphers, yet you're clearly seeing them in the place where the morphers would be. It's just like, come on, guys, who are you trying to kid?
I mean, they sold a toy movie quote-unquote movie morpher.
Right,
that's clearly what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And
great continuity.
It's the fact that also all 5 morphed, and the Zord battle didn't happen until the last 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like...
And it was only like 2 minutes long.
I mean, even some of the Zord battles, like I mentioned this evening, particularly with Return of an Old Friend, that lasted longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I always take it. I always think of it as like a budgetary problem, where they clearly did not have enough money. It's Lionsgate, and Lionsgate isn't exactly known for having huge, big budgeted action movies. So I figured because they had such a very low budget, they couldn't have the suits and monsters and robots out for that much time. So they thought, okay, might as well just put up most of our resources into making the characters at least likable. But even still, to me, it came off as like a very imbalanced movie in terms of pacing.
The 2 characters that stand out the most in that movie, R.J. Kyler as Billy, who he's got a very, very likable charm, and he really nails the autistic mannerisms down to a T with regards to awareness, the awkwardness, and not really understanding humor. I mean, I know
makes it sympathetic. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a gimmick. It does feel like it's an essential part of his character and his overall character arc throughout the movie.
It feels authentic.
It works. Yeah.
And
it's natural. It feels natural to the plot itself, to the character.
And Dacker Montgomery, this guy's going to have a real bright future, because you really feel like he is not the same person by the end of the movie. At the beginning of the movie, you can see these little fragments of the person he's going to be, particularly in the detention hall where he slaps the bully for making fun of Billy the way he had done. I mean, he could have pummeled him, but instead he chose to humiliate him because he's basically saying, "Look, I can end you. I can wreck your shit. Just this is why I'm only slapping you." And then it's, as you say, by the end of as it's progressed, you feel like he is becoming the leader because they all start looking to him. It's like, what do we do? And then as it progresses, he's got an idea of how it works, and there is something quite likable about him. He'll always stand by people, or he'll say, "Nah, you're not doing that. We're not doing things this way. We're going to do it where it's more logical." Particularly where he has a face-off with Zack because Zack decides to go joyriding in his Mastodon Zord, and
yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to get Ludi Lin to be too much like the Walter Jones portrayal of Zack, but not even Walter's version was that irresponsible. But again, it is the same character, but it's not.
Right.
If you get my meaning.
Well, yeah, I get you.
The one that feels like a huge contrast is the way they got Becky G as Trini.
Oh yeah, they completely revamped the character.
And funny thing is, Trini is actually an Hispanic name.
Huh. Trini.
Because
I'm trying to see if I know any Trinis.
Because obviously with the original, well, we can't really say, Twee was the original Trini because the other one before that was a French-Canadian actress who, what was it?
She was black, right? Like the original, old original pilot for Power Rangers.
Audrey Dubois.
Yeah.
Was that her name? I actually didn't mind her. I thought she was all right.
Yeah. I wish there was some time. There was more time devoted to her character. But during the few scenes where we do learn more about her, I really do like that. Like what they were trying to do with her, being this person who has a lot of emotional identity issues, self-identity issues with her, and that she's unable to relate to her issues with anyone around her. She has difficulty communicating to her own family and parents, and she learns to confide in her new friends. I did like that a lot. And since we got a lot of focus on the Red and Blue Ranger for this first movie, if we were to get a second movie, as unlikely as that might seem, I would like to see like a more of a focus on the Black and Yellow Rangers.
Yeah. The thing that I don't want to say send chills down my spine, but the one that really kind of made my eyes wide open was there's this one face shot of oh god, I hate when I'm put on the spot like this. There's this one direct face shot of Naomi Scott just after she's decided to cut her hair short. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Amy Jo Johnson as a younger woman. What the hell?
Hollywood has finally perfected the cloning process. Why they used it on a Power Rangers actor, I don't know why. I don't know.
And it's a funny thing that, we meant when Wynn said earlier that, with a recent shot of Amy Jo, it's like, what is this woman taking? Have any of you seen that one video that showed up whilst they were doing the press campaign promoting the movie where Amy Jo meets the new Rangers, and you just sort of compare between the two different generations, and they're like, this woman hasn't even aged. What the hell?
Right.
Dude.
Yeah, that's why she stayed under the radar for so long. That's how she was able to keep focus on staying young and healthy.
because I think Dacker Montgomery said something to the effect of, although it was like 20 years ago when the original series out, looking at you now, the series may as well have just ended in 2010, and you haven't aged in the last 7 years. And he's like, oh, it's not true. They're being so nice.